I met James Vickers when we were both about 12. We were next door neighbors, and I had been out in my backyard playing soccer by myself, kicking the ball against the fence. It was at this time that I met James. It took me a little while to notice his little spectacled face peering down at me from his bedroom window, and when I spotted him, I waved. He waved back and opened his window to talk to me. We spoke about lots of things. Interests, favorite foods, favorite video games, all sorts. I asked James if he would like to come to my house and play soccer with me. He politely declined and told me that he had suffered terribly with asthma, among other illnesses, and that his parents absolutely refused to let him out of the house, or for that matter, let anyone in. But he instead asked me if I had a Facebook account and said that he would add me on that. So I checked my Facebook later that night, accepted James's friend request, and we got to chatting. And from that day, that's pretty much how our friendship went. I would head off to school in the morning, finish up, come home, and get straight on Facebook to speak with James. I mean, that's the way it was for about 5 years. Unfortunately, though, James's illness got the better of him one day, and he grew very sick. The inevitable happened, though. See, I hadn't spoken to James on Facebook for a few days. I had spent some time in my back garden, too, waiting for him to open the window and let me know that he was fine. He never did. Instead, his father came to my house one evening and presented me with a small invite to a funeral. He told us about how much you both had in common. His father told me, you were his only friend as far as we know. The funeral was very touching. I did my best to hold back my tears, but completely lost it when Fields of Gold by Sting was played as they took James's casket away. After the funeral in his honor, still dressed in my suit, I had a bit of a kick around with the same soccer ball that I had when I first met James, and had a beer in the back garden. It felt weird knowing that the room he used to speak to, me, was now empty and unoccupied. And as sad as I felt, I knew that he was in a better place. A place where his afflictions would no longer bother him. His death had come so sudden, though. The funeral just hadn't done it for me. You know, perhaps I needed some kind of closure just to let me know that James was truly gone and wasn't coming back. So that night, I logged onto Facebook once more, opened up a chat box to James's account, and typed, "Hello, James." At this point, I realized how silly I was being, and promptly deleted the message before settling down in bed. I left the computer on, just in case any of my other friends sent me any messages. Something then happened that sent a chill up my spine. The only light in the room was being emitted from the computer screen, and as I peered across the room at James's still open chat box, I saw the words, "James is typing."